Nerd Soul.
Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul anime-ish team up. We chilling, doing the dang thing, if you will. And I am joined by the dynamic duo of the Sit Out. All right, coming to you straight from a boot, if you will. I give it over to Coop and Mark Dub of Blurtish. Introduce yourselves, my brothers.
Okay, well, I'm marked up. Look, I gave a polite pause for Coop. Coop also gave a polite pause for me. Look, Mark Dub, part man, half amazing. Spicy like that Creole, not that Cajun. Man, look, I switch it up every time, but it means the same thing. We dope. How y'all
Yeah.
doing?
What's
All
up,
right,
y'all?
Coop.
This is Keith Cooper. Appreciate everybody listening at www.blerd-ic blurs.com. I'm a little rusty, a little under the weather. For those who know, making some progress. So thank you for everybody who's listening in multiple places, listening to NERDSoul, listening to blurs.com. And of course, we're going to jump into
Oh,
some
y'all.
anime. Everybody.
So I'm going to cut to the chase. There's nothing more important right now than the one and only Shion, all right, of
Oh,
Gabby
there you
Maru's
go.
Island,
There you go.
Gabby Maru's Island, aka Hell's Paradise. All right.
Now
At
we're
the
talking.
end, at the end of the last episode, we saw the dagger flowers coming towards our two heroines, and we were like, "Oh man, they're in trouble." And then all of a sudden, and he was like, "Nah, player, not in my house." Or I guess not my island, but anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Mike,
We saw him close out the episode in such a cool, heroic pose. He had to come through in this episode, and I would say, sir, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
well, the cool thing for me, because Coop, aka I read the manga, so I'm better than you. He
You plebe.
you plebes. Coop had been reading ahead, and Coop was like saying, he said, "Man, look, I'm telling you, bro, something about Shion, man. Shion is that boy." And I kind of saw it when he was saying it, because we saw the episodes where Shion was doing his thing, but he was running. And this episode, man, uh, Coop foreshadowing how dope he is. It all came to fruit in this one. Like you saw how bad a man Shion really is. It was dope.
Yo,
It was great, man.
he do not play up in there. And I love how he came in, took a leadership role, and I love when he said, "Look, oh, you gonna learn how to die today. Oh, you gonna learn. I don't care what kind of being you think you is. Oh, today you're going down. All right, you're going down. You're going down to Chinatown. All right. If you know the reference, you know it. But anyway, he, he not only has broke down, at least on from his perspective, the understanding of Tao, but also how to counteract it with his own, break it, chop through it, cut it, I don't know, render it inert, whatever.
Well,
Look, my man came through with mad knowledge and application through the smaller villains. He said, "Look, I was beating all the small people, learning, training my way up, and now you can't stop me, baby. I don't care how big you are.
I
Can't stop
guess
me."
to clarify a little bit, even though we first see Gabby, I guess, use Tao, but the first person who legit understands it because he's kind of had to always use it is Shion. He figures out that, like you said, this is the part, I'm not going to spoil anything, but he does allude to this. You have to have a certain Tao to hurt whoever you're hurting. So you
Yeah.
can wield Tao. This is where the anime and the story is about to get harder, trickier, and a lot of things where it's shifting again for a little while. Like as of now, the people you see on this island, are pretty much gonna be like, let's not worry about that criminal and executioner thing. We got a human problem, you know. So, and that's why he's pretty much like, you gotta have a certain tile to hurt whoever you facing.
Yeah.
Also, we found out a little caveat with Naguri. Shout out to Naguri. I know I'm jumping ahead, but she has a restorative tile for Shion. So some people's tiles will restore others.
Yeah, it's like, you
So
know what I'm saying? We good. We got the crew now. We
Yeah,
got
we
the
saw
girl.
her go
We
and
got
hug
the
somebody.
player that got the med packs. All right. And then we got the leader. Like when I saw, I was like, oh, cool. She got the medi pack. So you know what I'm saying? We good.
like,
We you can't stop us now. Now we good.
so when I say Shion deserved them 1 and 2 spots in the fan poll, it just made me happy that yes, this character, shout out to our homegirl Ninja. I just don't feel like he's a regular, routine, boring, blind samurai. I mean, and even still, some tropes are just dope, man.
Yeah,
He,
it's I
he,
mean
he's-
it's kind of like my argument whenever I make fun of Pizza Hut. You don't have to make a trapezoid pizza. Just make a good pizza. You don't have to like come out with all these weird things and designs and machinations. Just make good pizza. That's all you got to do.
you know, they're taking out, and also I just like what the story can get to say that we have all these supernatural beings, and you may have a human that played God and created these monsters and all this other stuff, or whoever, the Grand Master and his 7 Tenzin, or 6 now, or 5 with 6. But they taking a story that could have got unworldly complicated, and
Hmm.
they're simplifying it. Like, they're not making it more difficult than what it is. I mean, at the heart of it, you're stuck on an island that's hellish. How do you get off of it? How are you going to survive? That's
And
at the
also,
crux of this.
everything that you thought you knew, you don't. When we're going along with Groot, Groot thinks that he knows what's going on, and very quickly he learns, nah, bruh, you just a plaything. You ain't nobody. You're just a item. In all actuality, we as Tenzin, we're just an item.
Yep.
There's somebody above us, so we're just an item. All of this, none of this matters. There's no kind of like special magical thing at the end. No, we're all just playthings. We're just above you, and we use you to our ends. So like all people's whole belief systems are being broken down, just like we learn about Gabimaru later from Yuzu. Yuzu's like, yeah, they lie to us as ninjas all the time, and probably in his whatchamacallit, he's been lied to, and his wife probably isn't real. Have you ever seen her? Now, let's be honest. Sagiri, she be front. Sagiri probably happy on the low. She like, word, he's single though, right? Okay,
I
cool.
disagree with that completely, because it might be allude to that Sagiri might be feeling Uzu. But I think that she just has a strong respect for him.
Are
I
you
think
just saying that because you read the manga and you know everything now?
No. I'm saying that, I don't know everything. I promise I don't. But take what she's kind of saying at face value. I'm just saying she's not really wanting to like jump in the spot. I like what they even did. Shout out to Shion again. Shion was telling the jokes. He was rolling with the jokes. He's like, "Do you want to holler at him?" He's like, "Nah." She was like, "Nah, Playboy."
I think she lying. She
I don't think.
lying.
I
The way
don't think
she
they
was
that.
being held, I think she lying. She got something in there. Just like your boy that died, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? He was
Yeah,
in the
man.
arms. He was in the Kunoichi arms. All right.
Rest in
but
peace, Sonata.
there's
Mhm.
another way to interpret it, and I think interpreted that he really respected her to be free. I think I want to now, for me, for my taste, I'm saying, go ahead and enjoy Playboy because you're dying anyway. But hey man, if you like the, I understand. minus the mucus stuff for slime. Some people might be into that, but I just think that he has such a kind of a crappy life. He just like, dang, she get to do what she want to do, and I think that was freeing for him with his last breath. So I think it's cool. But I don't think it's necessarily all sexual or romantic. I just think they're like seeing another side of the coin of a life that they ain't have. And I
I think
think
that's such a
sometimes
cop out. That man wanted that woman, and then they gave him a cop out way out. Like, man, you could just say you wanted the woman. You like slamming, liming.
I mean, if he did it in such a nice, cool, respectful way. But I ain't gonna lie, when they got to the little painting, reading it, like I say, y'all, reading it is great. But they Mappa, they animated, they had the little painting come up.
This man, like also the teamwork. You got Kunoichi holding it down with all of the like the protective kind of like slime. You got the teamwork from Nagiri and Sagiri or whatever, you know, working the different angles while Shion is like the point man. Like all of this comes together, not only great teamwork but incredible visuals. Like there's a shot where Shion is standing before the Tenzin, and he's like on his own with just drawing his sword before they start working together, and just the kaiju-ness of it is just huge. He's just literally just impressively
It's the scene
large.
where he's asking himself, can my body even endure destroying an immortal?
Yeah. It was like it's impressively strong. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to you in the chat real quick so y'all can see it. But that shot, I was just like, yo. It reminded me of the shot in Endgame when Cap was standing by himself and he was like, if I gotta go out like this, fine. I gotta go out. And he strapped his shield on tighter and he was walking towards him right before he heard on your left. Like, come on, man. Like that's them shots. That's them shots where I'm like, yeah, Shion, go get him. You know what I'm saying? Shion, like, I don't care. If I gotta do this on my own, then this what I gotta mother do. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate Shion greatly. Like, and I'm so glad that y'all like y'all. I agree with y'all 100%. The teamwork, and I told you, I said, hey man, don't sleep on the Konoichi. I'm like, she's cold and she's important. She might be aloof, selfish, or whatever.
Oh no, she's not aloof. She's smart.
Oh yeah, she's smart.
Tends to be aloof.
She pretends to be aloof, and she's selfish.
Oh, and she is selfish because when they were like, "Yo, we got to do this," she was like, "We."
But guess what? In her selfishness, she's like, "I'm selfish enough. I know I need to keep y'all alive, so I can make it." So she don't really hesitate.
She was like, "Y'all go over there, hear about that. I'll give y'all a little protective covering."
The truth is, she was white. I mean, she's strong, but Shion he's cooking at a all-time high, man, because he's cooking off of pure hatred, and he's just strong. And Shion is just strong. You know, like I say, he got to be strong because he don't have eyesight, so he had to be able to read the waves. I like that, man. This man been Daredevil with a blade since he was a kid.
You know saying the Zatoichi, man, he got the blind samurai. And
so,
look,
and he's so damn honorable. Like he's honorable to the point. His voice acting is killing it. Like I'm gonna go back and hear the English version, but this Japanese actor, I am feeling the emotion and what this man is presenting, what the animation is presenting. Like you see Shion's pain, and he's like, and you hear him monologue. He's like, you know what? Nah, I'm not sorrow. I'm angry as hell. It's like I ain't you and I will not be at peace until one of us die. And apparently, I forgot that Tenzin's name in the book. They call him Mudan, but it's like I know they go by the extra longer name.
Yeah, but Mudan works. I mean, it's Mudan when you look it up. It's still, you know, so it's all good.
Yeah, I can't even begin to say that whole full name. I'm like, oh lord, they ain't Mudan. I just know him as Mudan, but apparently he seemed like he didn't give a dang about dying. He was like, all right, thank you, I appreciate it. Like, but he was like,
well, he's one of those villains that even though he wants to kill you, he also has like this weird respect, like
you earned it, partner.
yeah, like
You
wow,
earned it.
like and now, I mean, even we've heard this in all types of popular media, whether it's vampires or whatever. Like being immortal, there
Sucks.
is a thing about feeling the release into the next whatever the next plane of existence is. Like some people say it's just the universe, some people say it's heaven, whatever it is, heaven, hell, whatever it is, they find kind of like a release or a respect in that. So it was cool.
'Cause-
But I also love like Mappa, look, I'm gonna tell you this. Y'all killing it. Y'all still cause y'all turned me around. The first episode I was like, man, I don't know if I'm following this. Then the second episode I was like, okay, let me see what you got. Then third episode I was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all
Mike,
now.
3
I was like,
episode rule, y'all. And
Mike,
I know Mike may not always agree with it.
Nah,
But
I don't.
And the listeners, give it 3. I implore you.
Mike,
Listen to Sherry.
Coop has not steered me wrong, not once, not yet. Every show he told me, he said, bro, I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. Every single one, he's been right. First it was Demon Slayer, then it was Death Note, then it was it's always been My Hero. When I finally got on My Hero, I loved it. He told me with Hell's Paradise, he's like, yeah, bro, I really think you need to jump on this one. He was telling me, and I kind of had my doubts too. Shh. I was in after the second episode. Episode 1, I was like, oh, this is wild. This jumped into being wild real quick. Episode 2, I was sold. 3 episodes, y'all. Trust the quarter.
First episode
the quarter
for me,
otaku.
I was like, I don't know, Mappa might be slipping. I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling this. I was like, this has everything that I should like. Similar. There's another thing. The TV show, what is it? Citadel on Amazon. That show has everything I should like, but I am so not interested in that show. It's a spy show. It's got pretty people. It's got great fight scenes and great action, but I could care less about that show. And that's what it seemed like in the first episode. I was like, this has everything I should like. It's supernatural action. It's swords. It's ninjas. Like, but I'm not feeling it. Then the second episode, I was like, all right, hold on. Y'all might have something. Maybe y'all just late bloomers. And then the third episode, I was like, okay, cool. All right, here you go.
I'm gonna be honest, man.
I was like, y'all was about to lose a brother real quick.
2 studios that just have not let me down over the past 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's Mappa, Trigger / Gynex, that whole family or whatever the branches of it. I like how they can, they know how to hit the humor. They know how to be modern without being extra corny. And Trigger, even when it wants to have you looking like it can do sappy, happy, and brutal, as you seen Cyberpunk, it can be like, oh, is that? Next you know, nope, your mom's getting shot in the car in your face.
Trigger is just like very flashy, but usually the stories I'm not really into.
Hey, I admit they got some holes. I mean, Cyberpunk, they needed about a good extra 5 episodes.
I was like, did we miss? Cyberpunk was one of those shows where I was like, hold on, did I miss an episode? Like I went back. Like
Cyberpunk, to be honest, needed 26 episodes, and he got 10. They like 10, 13, buddy. Catch up.
With like
bro, they kept jumping ahead in Cyberpunk, and I was like, yeah, we missed a lot of story.
Like, yeah, but I guess Trigger like, look, Netflix said we only got this much money. Do y'all want to end it or not? Y'all go get something.
Like, what you want?
Do you want this not to end, or do you want something on cliffhanger?
Yeah,
everybody goes.
I will also give props to Mappa on the transition for season 2. We've been announced for season 2. Of course, we don't know when it's coming out, but we do know there is going to be one that exists. And we kind of lay everything to rest for season 1. This is what I like about shows, and I say this about shows, whether it's live action, animated, whatever. What did you learn this episode? What did we accomplish this episode? Well, in this season, so I mean, you can say it for episode to episode, but also in this season, what we've accomplished is we have gone to this island and found out that we are here under false pretenses. We have found these godlike beings that we thought were, immortal and, impenetrable, whatever. And now we realize they can be killed.
Yep, they are
God does
monsters.
bleed. Now we've also found out that even the people on the island, what they believed is all a sham. So nothing matters. And on top of that, what our lead character knows to be true is most likely some kind of, implanted memory, on some Wolverine stuff. So
Maybe.
we've learned a whole lot, and we've set up a season 2 of now it seems like he has some sort of amnesia. So him meaning Gabimaru. So he's going to be sort of reset. We have brand new clothes and brand new character designs because we had to, of course, change our clothes because it was all bloody and everything. So we got new character designs. We got Gabimaru in a like sort of a I guess like a different mental state where you're reset now because you have like amnesia. Of course, May is now noticing May is different now. Like we have all these new pieces in motion with a new set of, I guess, rules, which has been done extremely well in these 13 episodes. Like,
Yeah, like
Slimy
that-
girl got new clothes.
Yep.
I mean,
So even Shion, he was like, he was like, my clothes were dirty. What you want me to do? Like, it just was
And
dirty.
what
I ain't
did
gonna
she-
just
what
keep
was
wearing
the
all
joke?
bloodstained clothes.
when Seguri was sitting down, he's like, I think what he said, how you like my new fit? Can you tell? And I like how she acknowledged Shion's dad joke. He's like, oh wow, it must be rough if you actually liking these things. He was like, I'm sorry, y'all. He is my uncle. I know, I may not love him as much as Uncle Iroh because, this we still don't know. I mean, even I've read far along, still don't know where this is going to go, or if anybody makes it off this island. I don't know.
Well, I would say now, with the knowledge we have now, we're in a much better place. The Asaimon and the criminals have both said, look, hey, all Glocks down. You know what I'm saying?
Now-
Look, hey, look,
Now, Mike.
we all we got.
I want to
Like,
say this.
What's up?
Did you watch the end, like the after credit scene?
Nah, I didn't know there was an after credit scene, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
You need to watch it because this ain't a spoiler. We gonna get another set of Asaimon coming. They ain't good. I'll tell you. I mean, no, I'm saying the assignment on that island, they are not in a better place. It's going to get worse. The monster. Look, you remember how the monsters was like when they met the first monsters and they was like, "Oh my God, what the hell is this?" And then they've learned they can kill them. One person is coming who's being like the Shogunate. At the end of the day, the person who's probably going to be fine, if I have to guess, nothing is going to happen to the Shogunate. He's just a old man with too much power and money getting a kick out of all this. Why his face is always... I hope that the Shogunate gets chopped at the end. I hope something crazy happened to him. But at the end of the day, the Shogunate got more powerful people that he's sending. And basically, they kind of find out that they were the expendable Asaimon. Not because they ain't good, they just weren't the top. Like, there's only a couple that's kind of like right by the Shogunate. Like, one is so ardent, he's like the super Asaimon, if you will.
So wait, the Saimon who they sent, they like the Berenstein Bears of the Saimon, like the Bad News Bears.
Maybe
Well,
Yes, the Berenstein Bears,
put like
the Bad
this.
News Bears.
I ain't gonna put them like that, but they were still more expendable, except for say, they still are respected. Like the Saimon that's coming, he does respect them as fellow clans member, but there ain't no reasoning with him. There ain't none of this whatever. He don't care.
So
In
I
fact,
guess this new guy Shugen is going to be mad important.
Shugen is mad important.
He looked like an older, withered
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
Yeah, he's in that vein where there ain't no real reasoning with him that I've seen so far. You just gonna have to deal with them. And
Now, hopefully, since I hope what they're doing with this show, or what they will do with this show, even though anime rarely does this, is that they change it a little bit from the manga so that there's something new for people that read already.
I doubt it.
But they rarely do that.
Yes,
They do it a lot with live action stuff, where like even with like American Gods, even though that ended horribly, but American Gods and some other stuff where they're like, yeah, we're gonna change it a little bit because we need to give the readers something to be surprised or look forward to.
They only
But,
change in manga when when they used to like not have the manga finished and the show is cooking. They no longer do that anymore. That's why they break it up into these shorter seasons. That's the trend now. So it's generally they are adapting it, which
Yeah.
means just pretty much like almost frame for frame. They just add in the animation to flow the story, and it's been
Now,
pretty much shot for shot for what I've seen.
so basically, it seems like, hey, they just, they just gonna keep throwing bodies at this because the Shogun, like, all right, well, we ain't seen nobody come back yet, so y'all
In 3
go.
days, which is crazy.
But it's
that they
been
did.
3. Yeah, it's only been 3 days.
And he sends them right out. And also,
Right, like,
the
so
dude,
they said that. I didn't realize it had only been 3 days. I was like, yo,
yeah,
so
they been
much has
through
happened in 3 days.
literal
Which
hell.
takes me back to the argument about TV time. Whether it's animation, TV, movies, whatever, bruh, TV time be funny style.
It should have been a week at least.
Bruh, we talking about like 2 weeks. You said 3 days. I'm like,
3
y'all
days.
on some bull. Just like Nuru was supposed to be like what, 14 or something, and
She's
Tenzin was supposed to be like,
No,
I
she's
don't know,
12.
16 or something. Oh,
She's 12.
And he's 7. He was supposed to be 17.
bruh, y'all
Bruh.
full of it. This dude this brother got.
I cannot stand
He's
that
smoking.
they do that,
He's smoking
bruh.
on his
Ugh.
break at State Farm. That man, he a full grown man. Talk about some.
Well,
talk about he's 17.
have you seen Yu Yu Hakusho and Kurabara?
I've seen the movie Poltergeist Report, but I haven't watched the show. That's another anime that I thought the show was whack and the movie was tight.
Oh man, you missed the show. That's one of the greatest shows created.
The
far as
movie was
90s.
dope. I tried to watch the show like a long time ago on like
You
I don't
gotta
know,
get-
whatever
you gotta-
it was, and it
I
was just
would
whack. I was like, what is
say
this comedic crap? I don't
If
want
you
to watch
want
it.
to, if you ever want to skip ahead and like watch parts and then watch the Dark Tournament. Dark Tournament is always voted in one of the best tournament arcs in anime.
Okay, all right.
I mean, they made a video
movie is
game
on
just
point.
for the Dark Tournament for a reason. It's pretty damn good. Like when you get to meet what's his name, Tagoya. Like you talk about Demon Slayer, that's a demon that Tanjiro had. Like that's a whole. I was something I could watch again and again. The Dark Tournament, like it drops some of the comedic stuff. I mean, it's still 90s. It has the comedy
Yeah, I
shonen
feel
with it, but it gets darker, just like in the Dark Tournament and some stuff. But all that to say is, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with the 12 and 17. I can even buy Tenzo say being 17, but I feel like he's at least 21. Shigiri,
I don't know why. Like Japan has this like fascination with youth, but then like that's a whole nother thing to argue. But whatever, we're gonna leave that alone.
And the Blade
Season
Dragon.
2. Now
That's
we
how-
got a setup that we got new assignment coming. Shugen, he looking all mean and mad. He look like
Oh.
he ain't slept in days.
But also, other than Shugen, the shady looking dude with the mustache, with the wispy mustache and ponytail, watch out for him too. Both of them are dirty. Shugen is a straight arrow, but him, he's like,
Well, I mean,
Oh.
honestly, it don't really matter how. I mean, that wispy mustache. It really don't matter how shady you is. Like on this island, you ain't gonna have no choice. You're gonna have to adapt or die. Unless you want to do what I say a lot of shows should do, where you have three factions, where you have
yes.
good guys, bad guys,
In
and
fact-
an objective. You know what I'm saying?
The best way I can describe him You remember on '90s X-Men how nobody really knew what Gambit? It was always like nobody knew what Gambit was up to, even Xavier. Think of him like Gambit.
All
You
right,
don't,
okay.
he cold, but you don't really know what his motivations are
But at the
and
same
what
time,
is
he
his.
cold, but he don't know nothing.
No, he knows
Like,
a lot. No,
oh,
he
so
knows.
they're gonna do the narrative shortcut. He gonna come on the island. He already gonna know about the aliens or the monsters. He
Here's the
gonna know
thing:
about Tao already,
they may
and they ain't
not.
gonna explain how he know. He just gonna know it, and he's gonna be like hand wavy, like, oh yeah, yeah, he knows everything. Like,
Here's the thing: they may not show it animated, but in the manga, he actually was one of the first to go. He actually was. He went on that first trip. He got back, and he brought a monster's head with him, and they sent him back. So
well, if he's already been there and come back, then he know there ain't no elixir.
no, he
So
don't know. He just like said screw it, and he killed a monster. He's like, all right, whatever, blah blah blah. His person that he had died, so he did his first duty. They making him go back with Shugen. So he did what he was told.
Yeah, I know he got to be salty
Yes,
as he got to be salty as pork, man.
yes, yes, he is. That's all I was saying.
Salty as ham hocks.
He's salty, but he reminds you of Gambit. He likes to get loose. He likes to party. Any joy he can get, he gonna get
So
it.
that wispy
So he's-
mustache was like, I'm out. He's like, I'm
He's
good.
like, yeah, I'm good, man. Oh, y'all sending me back? All right, cool.
But
And-
it's only been 3 days, man. Like when they said that in the show, I was like, bruh. I was like, all right. I was like, all right. I was like, 3 days, cool, whatever.
I'm just
Like,
mad,
like
but
Mark said, you talk at least a week, bruh. At least
at
5
least
days.
a week, bruh. At least a week. A
Yeah,
whole 7 days.
long episodes.
Bruh.
Y'all talk about
Chobei and them, that's at least 4 days right there. Chobei,
Right.
what they went through is for. I mean, they just saw immortal beings who can shapeshift, to put it politely, into whatever, into the
Big-
yin and yang symbols.
yeah,
But,
Transformers.
flowers
Yes.
and big kaiju flowers and plants and stuff that are even
You get
stronger.
tossed in a pit of human hybrid flowers who are all going, yeah, join us. They escaped that.
Join
They ate
us.
monsters.
We're
He-
10.
He became a Tenzin
We like
himself.
being food for the immortals.
Yeah, because he
Wow.
seems to be a Tenzin hybrid now, kind of on some Spider-Man stuff. where
Yep.
like he got bit, and now he got the powers. So,
Mhm.
in
No,
my
he didn't
opinion,
He didn't get bit. He bit.
Well, yeah, he bit.
He was eating those dang monsters and then they absorbed tan.
No. That ain't what did it. It's the flowers. Like the monsters didn't really matter. It was him getting tossed in that pit. Cause oh boy said like I ain't really kill him straight up. I just went ahead and threw him in one of the pits to absorb him. It's like you generally know human is strong enough to get out.
yeah,
But the fact that Chobei is just Chobei, be like I'm gonna do it. He's like he ripped the stuff out of him. You ain't supposed to be able to do that. Like he's abnormally strong anyway.
Mhm.
And his
So let's-
spirit just wouldn't let him die.
Strong and strong-willed.
Yeah, so he
Yep.
pulled him and his brother out, and he's just like, "Oh, so this is what that tan stuff." I'm starting to see Tao. It's like, so I couldn't feel it now, but y'all done got all this Tao up in me, try to turn me into tan. I feel my vine sense is tingling. So and he's like, "All right, cool." So him, Chobei, Gabby, and Shion figures it out enough. Siguri then kind of figures it out in her way. She may not have the strongest use of it.
yeah, because she figured it out in episode 12. She was like,
Like,
okay, cool. I can kind of feel this. She realized that she gets winded faster, but she
She
on
when she
there.
learned how to hide it, kind of like how you can shout out to your Dragon Ball, lower your power levels, and then explode it.
That's right.
So she did like a what they call it, a burst limit or something. It was like, oh, so she can raise that. She rose it. It raised up real quick, and she's like, oh, you actually hurt me too. So they
You know what
got
she doing.
so Shion and Siguri are in the same element of Tao. So that's why Naguri helps her and Shion out. So
Yeah, and
these
like it didn't really do anything
nope.
for Yuzu.
so so she
So
needs somebody else element to
and
help her out.
that's why I think we gonna be good because think about this. We've already decided as far as the assignment, they're like, all right, look, right now, what we gotta do is survive. All this whole
Hmm.
stuff about the criminals, that's over, bruh. Because we got these guys and their joint take a good 4 of us with mad ill skills to take down.
The
So
only
now we got the Shion team, we got Chobei who's already taken that. Well, he hasn't taken down a Tenzin yet, but he's taken like a Tenzin lackey down. So he's he's coming. Once they compare notes, yo, I think the Tenzin in trouble, bruh. All right, because think about it. We got the Dragon Slayer, whatever, the Dragon Man, the Lord Dragon Slicer. We got Gabby, you know what I'm saying, with the help of May and whatever information she gonna give. Then we got Chobei and his brother with all the information that he's kind of torturing from the dude that he's holding. Then you got Sagiri and her team. Once they converge,
my
bruh, it's gonna be
question
Avengers Assemble, bruh.
my question to you, do you think the Avengers Assemble gonna happen that easy?
No, I don't think it's going to be easy. You got 13 episodes to fill, but I think they also realize, I think all of these characters are smart enough that we know, I mean, to realize they have bigger fish to fry.
Say,
I
brother.
believe so.
I just
I
Now,
I
at the
thought it
same
was
time,
funny.
you could put this in real world situations, and you could say there's a community that we are all a part of that doesn't realize that we have bigger fish to fry. But hopefully in
Ooh,
this show,
Lord.
hopefully in this show, they're
you s-
smarter.
you
They're like,
speaking facts.
every time we turn around, y'all so sucked into whatever celebrity culture is doing. It's like, bruh, look, we got bigger fish to fry. But I'll let that slide. We're gonna let that slide. We're gonna talk about our setup for season 2. So in my opinion, I think there will be some rifts, but I do believe at least the people that are on the island now know, hey, yeah, we might not be best friends since kindergarten, but we got bigger fish to fry. We can figure out our beefs when we get off this bad boy. But right now,
I
we got like
just
what 5 more to kill?
I
Trying to
hope
remember the count.
that we have more than 13 episodes. I hope that they're able to show the backstories. Like the backstories are real quick. Like they ain't no Naruto backstories. It's just like flashes. Like I really can't wait till y'all see the flashes of Shion's backstory. Blade Dragons is just like, Blade Dragon is Blade Dragon. He's just like, I like to fight.
He's like, I like to
He's just
fight
like, I
and I
just
got
like to.
skills.
I got skills and I'm trying to learn and be immortal. Shion just, mm.
Shion is the true master.
Shion is a
You know what
true,
I'm saying?
is a, it,
But
it,
Blade Dragon, once we get once we compare our notes and get everybody up to at least like say from 1 to 10, if we can get everybody up to at least like a level 4 or 5, maybe even a 6 with their towel, bruh, take that plus their regular strength, then we cook it with something.
I'm just gonna
Because we
say,
got
you're
we got
right.
more
You are right.
Tenzin to take care of. We
And
only
I'm gonna
that's
just
one
say
down.
this. You gonna need every last one of them levels, boy. I'm telling you, like they go in the right direction. Luckily they smart.
And
And
we got
even
Chobei because Chobei doesn't strike me as someone who's unreasonable. At least
nope,
from what we've seen. Yeah, he's crazy, but he don't seem unreasonable.
absolutely
Chobei.
not.
Uh,
Chobei is. Oh, go ahead.
I was just about to say I don't know, Mike, because that the monster was like, oh no, look, we don't have to fight. I can reason. You should become Tao. And Chobei was like, nah,
Well,
let
that
me show
wasn't
you
reasoning.
something.
Well, he didn't give him no. I'll say this: if you give Chobei some reasoning before he kills you, he is not unreasonable if it works to an
Hey,
advantage.
you better hurry up and get
It better
to that unreasoning.
you better
I mean,
get to
cook
a
that
reasoning
reasoning
real quick, or he gonna he
real
gonna
quick.
he gonna decide and adapt for you. Cause like his brother says, like my brother's power is really adaptability and flexibility. You know, ever since. Cause I think they showed it, but yeah, he cut his own eye. He
Yeah.
adapted. He's like, oh, you think I'm pretty? You think I'm a little samurai's bastard? And that's it. Guess what? I'm a bandit today. Now, who's the next person want to step up and cut his own eye? I'm like, bruh, you could have kept your eye. You could have just gave yourself a mark. But he's like,
Well,
no.
also with that said, his brother, I do believe his brother is able to, you know what I'm saying, help temper that flame, being like, yo, look, man, we are on this island. It is just us. And now we got other people. We both have the same enemy. Now we ain't gotta be best friends. I think Chobei can see reasoning. He doesn't
Oh,
see
yeah.
like I think all of these characters, a thing that I do like is that all of these characters are able to see, okay, we got more important stuff going on. It's not like this is something they do in zombie films all the time. Okay, we know we have bigger fish to fry, right? Because there's zombies running around. But there's always someone who's like, well, I'm just gonna betray the team just because the story needs it. It's like, but you realize when you betray the team, you're you're surrounded by like 100 zombies when you do that, right? So like, why are you doing it? Makes no sense outside of the fact that every zombie movie needs a betrayal. I don't know why they just have to have it. If they don't have it, I guess I don't know, the computer
Even in
algorithm
the
just
Matrix.
explodes.
Well, I guess with zombie films, they always like it was about the downfall of humanity anyway. So there's always one dummy. It just
Yeah, but it just feels like even if you're dumb, I would think that you would have to be insane levels of dumb to say I am with a team of pretty level-headed people that can all fight and all have weapons and we are chilling together, similar to Kunoichi, being like, yo, let me keep them alive, let me not betray these people, because guess what, right now our best chances are together.
you know
But
what it is.
zombie films and zombie shows and stuff, they always do that.
Mark is gonna like this reference. At the end of the day, Hell's Paradise is like a game of Double Dragon. You need your partner, your twin brother, to work with you until you get to the end, and you got to kill each other to depict which one gets thrown into the pit. Because technically, that's what she said. Like, look, I'll work with y'all, but eventually, in the beginning, she always said, like, but one of us probably only gonna make it. Then we gonna have to squabble. She's like, I'll say, I'm gonna, don't think I can't. I'm just not gonna carelessly do it. And that's why her and Sir Cynthia, it works so well, because he ain't squabble unless he ain't just pull out his blade for the hell of it. He didn't even want to pull out his blade. But when he did, it mattered.
He did to protect his woman. But I think
Yep.
the new clothes will also symbolize go ahead, my bad, go ahead.
Oh no. All I was gonna say was, you say he pulled out his blade to protect his woman. Hey, he was quite nice with his blade too.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I just know any artist, if you can get me a Senta and Yuzu together painting, I would appreciate it.
Hey, bro, that would be dope.
That would
be dope, man.
As a chubby man who appreciate all the chubby warriors out there. Shout out to all the brothers who look like again, all Uncle Irohs out there in the world.
Yeah.
Think we
Shouts
ain't
to
gonna do
all
that?
the centers out there, you know what I'm
Got
saying?
the nice robe. We like art. We like tea. I could go for some good tea right now. Y'all know why. But don't touch that tea and don't touch my art, or you will get this art aside your head.
So this
Hey,
is
man, Senta, they threatened the Kunoichis. Senta was like, hey, she's my charge. I'm about to put the sword on. I'm about to put this blade on your tail.
But when Senta said, that man gave one of his last breaths, bleeding. He said, "Go for the tendon." It was like a sports movie moment. He was like, "Go for it." It was like,
and then Shion was like, "I see it." And
that
like,
boy Shion hit a whole flip.
How dope would it have been to have like some Stan Bush music? Come on. I see the tendon and it's looking quite penetrable.
If this was Transformers in the 80s, it would be.
Right?
Yo,
Hey,
ballads, boy.
Hey, Stan Bush would have tore that thing
up. Yo, that's hilarious.
Shout out to Stan Bush. Oh my god.
I'm gonna throw Yuzu some love. I think the actions in episode 12 and 13 plus now her clothing change in episode 13 also symbolize a change in mindset. I think the death of Senta has changed her. And also seeing that all of them together took down the Tenzin, I think that changed her. I think we're gonna see a new Yuzu. Now, do I think that she's gonna be like hugging everybody? No. But I do think we're gonna see a different person who's more
She
proactive with
only
like the
hugs.
teamwork.
She only constantly hugs on Saguri. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it because of one way how I feel or anything like that. She just gets a joy out of messing. If anything, at the base level, I think because Saguri is a little uptight and had to learn to loosen up on his island, because again, she had to, you know, like I said, she wasn't really throwing it in people's face about that, but she literally is like a walking example of the flow of Tao. Like she's not a mean, vicious person. She wants to be have a different life, a good life, but she wants to be respected as a neck chopper, even though she had to go through being picked on and feel like her beauty really is a waste, I guess, to society, even if she date another Simon. But she see these people probably like brothers more than like that. So she was always conflicted, but she was good with her blade. They always say she ain't. She is cold. Like her dad taught her well, even though her dad was like blah blah. She is probably genius level with that blade. Like there's only a few other people stronger than her, but she still remember when she met Gabby, and then she was like, all right, I'm really am in a Saban. I'm going to give you this death since you want to die. Look how quick Gabby Maru got a little scared. Like, oh, she actually can hurt me. Because her blade, like,
hold up.
Wait, whoa, a blade cut? Like, how is this possible? Usually the blades was popping off of him.
At first, when I saw how tough Gabi Maru was, I thought he had somehow got a small portion of the elixir of life or something. I said maybe he got it from his master, but no, he just trained to be hard. He's a shinobi, and he employs different magic and things to like give him unnatural strength. Now he can see Tan.
Well, technically, in their world, everything is Tao. He just was a good use of it. They just didn't know. She can technically, like, this is why she can hurt him. Like, it just like they just didn't know, or you could just say they got good spirit. So it's like, what is different? He's like, why is this person able to hurt me? So it kind of all goes back. Everything kind of tracks when you look at that first encounter when she was trying to cut him, and he got a little freaked out. Like, okay, yeah. So these are just some special individuals. And shout out again. I want to just give Naguri some love again. She like how Sagiri looked at her like, this is an athletic child. Like she's super athletic. She's already doing stuff.
Hey man, she was cutting up, bro.
She is so sufficient, and it's just like, again, if anybody got to get off this island, if there's more than one person, I don't know if it's Shion.
They done already broke my heart that they ain't gonna be Tenza and my girl Nurugai. They already broke my heart, man. That was gonna be beautiful. If they even gave me the little vision when he was, man, come on, they hurt my heart, man.
Yeah, bro, they hurting everybody's heart, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, they hurt my heart with Seta, bro. When Seta was in the arms of her.
Man, that hurt.
That hurt, bro. I was like,
he was such a dope character, man, and
yeah,
and like. The fact that he had like such a hard life even before he came out there, like you start rooting for him. I was rooting for him I was rooting for Yuzo to look at him and start seeing him different, seeing him the way he was seeing her. But I mean, it wasn't written to be that way.
She's selfish and all, but she was kind enough to be like, lean on me and enjoy your last.
Yep, bruh. She held him for those last moments. She felt a little something. But
like however we want to interpret it, you can interpret it either which way. But I think it was dope, regardless of which. Like I like she won. She definitely won me over with that.
Word.
Like so, I kind of want her to make it too. I don't feel like she gonna make it, but I got a feeling that even if everybody makes it, I feel like there's death for waiting on them on the mainland, no matter what. I just feel like the Shugen ain't gonna just like, all right, all of y'all dead.
I feel like when they get back, they're gonna have to handle the shogunate to not be deaded,
But
to
I
not
just
be
don't.
unalive. They're gonna have to the shogunate. Okay, you tough, but we just really went and smoked the island full of immortal creatures. So I'm about to put the sword on you and tear your tan up.
I just know if there's more than one Shugen, it's not easy to. It's not an easy task to do. Shugen is super samurai, a Samon. He is so annoying. And speaking of which, how in the fan poll do y'all people out there in Japan or whoever voted put Shugen above Nurugai? What's wrong with you people? How she ain't make the top 10, I'll never know. I mean, I know she's a kid and maybe she has a little bit of a kiddie personality and all that, but whatever.
She has a kitty personality because they wanted to throw that up. She didn't have no kitty personality when they show her butt naked on the beach. Like, come on, man. Like, Japan be killing me on that. Don't get me started. Like, she was a full grown woman for like 2 seconds. Then they want to be like, oh no, she's a kid.
Like, wait, what? I know it, bro. I'm like, did y'all just? You know what? We gonna change that subject. They wrong.
Yeah, like people can be adults. Like, that happens.
Good lord, at least teenagers. If he was 17,
like they're convicts. She's not.
Yeah, you can't commit a crime that you can, but come on, bro. They're making these people look like hardened felons. You don't have the time to do that much crime, bro. Like,
she didn't even do a crime. All she did was.
Why should it be like the Blade Dragon is like 19 or something?
You know how I actually know his age. He's only 40.
Okay, so he's 40. All right.
So he's actually
he's a real aged person.
Yes, he actually is appropriately aged for his experience.
Thank you.
What he's done is like, I was like, and they call it, even though one of the Tenzin call him old. Like, you old man. I'm like, he is not old, y'all. He just got his beard and mustache. Like he's
40. He just not seeing some gray. Come on,
like this man can still chop a wall in half.
Yeah, and since we're talking about Asian culture, being old is actually better. All the kung fu movies I would watch back in the day, it was always the old dude that was the illest one.
And you know what his master, and when you see, and if they show it, his master was a very, very old man. And all he did his thing, he was like, Master, I'm bigger, I'm faster, I'm stronger than you, and I cannot beat you. And then he's like, and his master like, wait till you just get a little bit smarter and older and more wiser. It's like, it's not always about that. And that's what his master politely said to him. So he's bravado. He's very bravado, but he's like, he starts to get it too. He starts to lean kind of on his master, saying he's still a lunkhead and very much bravado, but even he starts to let some things go because he sees what he needs to do to help get off this island. Like, everybody's who's left starts to grow a mutual respect for each other and actually start to work like a community.
Thank you. That's what I like to see.
So yes, everybody, he deserved to be in the top 10 too. Like, shout out to the Blade Dragon. He may rub some people wrong first, but he has some honor. So there is some honor with him.
Yeah, I think he's dope. So I'm gonna throw. Go ahead.
Because even when he met Gabby Raru, I don't think he snuck attack him. He was like, "Oh, hey, you want to fight? I'm gonna kill you." He's like, "Be prepared." Unlike old boy who got hemmed up at first, the warrior monk out here swinging his weapons. Look at him. Made his weapons fall on him. He dead. Like, what you even on this island for?
Like a straight scrub. So I'll throw it over to the one and only Mark Dub. Hit me with some final thoughts about Hell's Paradise and where can they find you?
Man, I shout out to my brother Coop. Bruh, you have not let me down yet.
Appreciate that.
Even on the slice of life stuff, when I have time to check out the stuff you recommend, I dig it. I jumped on Witch of Mercury. I'm digging it. Like,
you have? Oh, you started it? What episode?
Yeah, man. I'm only 2 episodes in. But I'm on that thing, man. I like it already, man.
Prepare your feelings. That's
You
all
gotta
I'm gonna
prepare your
say.
feelings.
Prepare your feelings, dog.
Said prepare
Just
your
But,
feelings.
but I mean, Hell's Paradise, man. Chainsaw Man, Mappa is just really just showing off, man. They are really, really just showing off.
True.
This it is. Hell's Paradise first season was so good to me. I'm hooked. I'm in. I think it's like maybe in my top. It's in my top 5, and
Mm.
it might be number 3 for me. This is from a 16th otaku. If Coop is a quarter otaku, I am a 16th otaku. So I don't have that many under my belt. But man, this first season was so good to me. The announcement that the second season was coming, I was excited about that. So Hell's Paradise, I give it 5 stars. I look out for next season. I don't know why I started doing that weird little voice, but I love it. I
you,
love it.
you
I
became
can't wait.
you became Fuji and
Um,
Samon. I don't know.
you can find me. I'm Mark Dub on IG. I'm Mark Dub 44 on Twitter. I'm Mark Dub in real life. There's that voice again.
I Coop. Final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts. And I wish I had time to do something else. I did want to mention about some anime that's coming up. I'm gonna go through it.
Bruh, that's a show in itself. Come on now.
I was just gonna go through something real quick, but cause Jujutsu Kaisen actually starts next week. A couple of things, but we'll do that another. We'll start it up when we get the ladies when they able to come back, because I do want the ladies to get involved in the 3 or 4 anime. I guess we want to watch. I know which ones I'm gonna watch. I know we review a few, but that's all to be said. I'll just say this: look up summer 2023 anime releases. MyAnimeList.net is a good place to find it. Final thoughts, like y'all, these are what you watching now. It was a few episodes back that made me have to pick up when an anime that ain't finished so good, even if it's not the best anime, but it's so good. It's like does everything the best? No. But for some reason it works. But I think I like the character writing and what the challenges they're presented with. We seen different kaiju monsters and that, but to see I think I like the maturity of the characters. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I think that we as older otaku fan guys who like fandom and stuff, we get tired of our characters being stupid, and we know that when they're youthful, that because Gabby, believe it or not, is supposed to be 16. I don't know why, whatever.
Bruh.
But that boy is a whole 25 in my book. But sure, he's 16. I know times were different back then. He lived a rough ass life. I'm just gonna say it like that. But so maybe he's just,
So he's 16. He done already been married or at least thought to be married. And come on, bro. Like y'all,
Right. Come on,
y'all.
y'all.
Look.
With
People
that
can
age
be.
stuff, bro.
like, and Sagiri is either 17, 18, and 19. Is she 17 through 19? I forgot exactly. So she's under 20 herself. Sagiri is a grown woman, but sure, she's a teenager.
Sagiri is easily like, I don't know, 25, something like that.
I can see if she's older than Gabby, but good lord. Like, that's a 25-year-old in my mind.
Man, Sagiri got her own apartment. She drive a nice little Honda Accord with tinted windows and nice little personalized plate. That girl 25 years old, man.
Are you saying she's like a good Asian church girl on the weekend and she's an ABG in the streets?
Uh-oh.
Shout out to the ABGs out there.
Boy.
They bring in the bruh. Hey, I ain't created it. They said they want to bring
ABG.
They want to bring the Asian culture back, man.
Oh boy.
They say it still ain't. They said the Asian culture never left Houston. It just like it went from. It was big in California. They say Houston got it, and they never let it go. So it's like if you an Asian thug, Houston is one of the places you need to be. That's what the Fong brothers told me. That's what I seen. Look,
just can't hear, man.
jokes. I know. Hey man, I'm just
So
letting any of our Asian friends want to go hang in the South, go to Houston. Go get you a Seguri. But anyway, yeah, man, I loved it. I enjoyed it. I can't wait. And shout out to Mappa for having an announcement for season 2. I guess the money then came through. I guess all them Chainsaw Man checks them been clearing. I guess people are buying merch. We know. I know we getting a season 2 of that. That hasn't been necessarily officially announced, but it's announced. But I guess the Juju Kaisen checks are coming in greatly too. So whatever episode or series is funding what, shout out to the Dark Trilogy. May you fund each other till all these 3 are completed, so that we all could be happy. That's all out. Just complete these 3 series. Map if you gotta, not do something. Let it be one of them old bum series that you gotta take to pay the bills. Don't complete one of those, or take some more garbage. But you finish this Dark Trilogy, all right? That's from me to you, the mapper. You can find me at www.blerd-ish.com. That's blurtish.com. Sale will be from July the 6th through the 9th. So that'll be, of course, 4th of July weekend, week or whatever. Shout out to everybody who was at Essence Fest. I didn't get to go, under the weather, but I've seen the videos. I heard some shady things, Essence, that you don't need to do to some people locally. Shout out to Juvenile. He done killed it this by being added to Essence and killed the Tiny Death. Shout out to him. I need to go watch it, but I've seen clips. People are already making memes. I love it. If you was back there in Cash Money from 99 to 2000 taking over, go watch these things. Find me at blurred.ish on IG. On Twitch, I'm getting back into Twitch, y'all. Kind of got sidelined. I have not stopped. If anybody's listening, I am still gaming. I am going to play more Street Fighter. I am going to play more weird retro stuff that Mike don't approve of or find whack. But that's okay. I paid for it. I'm gonna play it. I'm waiting on Double Dragon at the end of the month.
So, yo, if they online is on point, you know the deal, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I haven't been on.
They say the online won't come right away.
Never mind. It's not getting purchased. All right. So next up. All right. So of course, my final thoughts is that this show shines. There are a couple of nitpicks, of course, around age, and of course, like this is the longest 3 days. I mean, they used a full 24 hours, boy. They sure enough did. They used every single second. But anyway, the show is well done. Mappa comes through, and the Dark Trilogy is on fire. Can't wait to get more, and of course we're about to get JK next week, so I'm happy. Matter of fact, I'm going to start tonight since I have tomorrow off. I'm gonna start tonight. I'm gonna go and watch the movie and start watching JK all the way through to get ready, get caught up, because there's certain things that I missed, and of course, who can resist the pretty eyes of Kakashi Jr.? So
I watched the whole explainer video, so I'm caught up.
Yeah, I those explainer videos, they ain't for me. But I will say this: Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta is that NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Love all y'all. Y'all stay real, and remember to work together to take down the big obstacles in life. You don't have to do it on your own. All right, you can get with a team that will make sure to hold down one hand, the other hand, and then get call out information from the bleachers to take down the threat. In Jesus' name. No, I'm just playing. But with that said, love all y'all. Till next time, peace.
Hey, man,
Peace.
So giants do fall. I don't know. Maybe that's the message. And protect the youth. Protect the youth. Protect the Guri at all costs. Shion
you mean the youth that ain't youth, but all right.
She's youth now. She's 12.
12.
She's youth. We gonna leave it at
we
that.
gonna start multiplying their ages by 2.
No, she's 12.
Yeah,
We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, going to add we're gonna have to have like a calculator for Japanese age. Like when they're like, "Oh, this character is 12," it's like you put it into the system. It's like, "Oh no, this character is actually 22."
Don't encourage the memesters out there, please. No.